If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Student, welcome to lecture 8 of this GATE Engineering Math Complex Variable series. So today again I have taken 3 questions, question number 10, 11, 12. Some questions on the property of complex number, some differentiability, and then again the indices of a complex number. So okay, let's see. Okay, in question number 10, it is given fz equal to z plus z star, where z star is the again complex conjugate. Which one of the following is true? So z, if you find anything of this format, z plus z star or something function of fz given in z format, you always take z equal to x plus y and convert it into x and y format, because we are used to look the function in xy format. That gives us more confidence or more easy to analyze this one. So we will convert it in that way. So if you convert it, the function is nothing but this, the 2x plus 0y. So what is your u is 2x and v is your 0. U is 2x, v is 0. Okay, because you know fz we can write u plus iv. Now by looking this function, first you have to check whether it is continuous or not. Then we will check the analytic, means differentiability. That's all. For analytic, CR equation must be satisfied. You know that one. Okay, so you will come to CR equation later. First you see continuous or not. Continuous means if you put any value of z, it should satisfy. Suppose z equal to 3 plus 4i you want to put. So what will be f 3 plus 4i? That means in place of x you will put 3 and in place of y you will put. So no y is there. So okay, you can put, there is no issue, answer is coming. You can put if you want to put, where y is nothing. If it is there, then you will put. If it is not there, then we cannot put. So you can put any value, 5 plus 6i, 7 plus 8, whatever value you can give x, there will be some answer. Problem will occur if it would have been 1 by 2x. Then if you put x equal to 0, then it becomes infinite. Then it becomes, it is not continuous. So this is normal algebra, so this is continuous. Now for analytic, what is the CR equation? If you can remember your CR equation. For any analytic, you have to write CR equation. CR equation was del u del x should be equal to del v del y, and del u del y should be equal to minus del v del x. So if you take del u del x, what will be your del u is equal to 2x u and v is equal to 0. So if you take del u del x, what is the differentiation of u with respect to x? 2. What is your del v del y? V is 0, so 0. So these two are not equal. That means there no need to go this one also, because this is not satisfied. Both should be satisfied for analytic. CR equation must be satisfied. So because this is satisfied, so obviously it is not analytic. So your option is obviously B. It is continuous but not analytic. So if we come to 11 now. So in 11 they have given fz equal to g plus h, f is equal to some function of g plus h. Okay. And there some conclusion they are asking. If f is differentiable at z0, then g and h are also differentiable at z. Fz is continuous at z0, then it is differentiable at z0. Fz is differentiable at z0, so are real or imaginary. So come to C and D first, then we will go for AB. C and D. If fz is continuous at z0, then it is differentiable at z0. Now by now you have known that normal calculus also, if function is continuous, that doesn't mean it will be differentiable. You have to check left hand derivative, right hand derivative. Continuity is one thing, differentiability is different thing. So continuity we check left hand limit, right hand limit, and differentiability we check left hand derivative, right hand derivative. So you have seen this one. So both things are not equal. If it is continuous, for differentiability it should come through continuity. It should be continuous, then it can be differentiability, but you have to check. That means first we will check continuity. If it is continuous, then we will check for differentiability. Then there is an option. It can be yes, it can be no. Continuity also there are option yes or no. Only if it is yes, then we will go for checking for differentiability. No means it will obviously not differentiable. So if it is continuous, it is not that it will be differentiable, because you will have both options, differentiability or non-differentiability. So C will not be the answer. From normal calculus we can say. D, if f is differentiable, so are these real and imaginary part. Okay, in option D, what they are saying, fz is differentiable at z0. At z0 it is differentiable, means fz will have a real part and imaginary part. So okay, now what they are saying that so its real and imaginary parts are also differentiable. Now if you see the real part u, so u, if you said now u is a separate function, suppose you say another function, suppose g. Now can u be differentiable? So you think this function gz, if it is has to be, that means there is no, I am only considering the real part, so imaginary is 0. So you think about differentiability of this function g. So you will apply Cauchy CR equation. Del u del x should be equal to del v del y, but del v del y is 0, so both are not equal. So if you separate it different, if you separate it, real part separate and imaginary part separate, then you cannot say whether it will be differentiable or not differentiable. You can, as you can see, it is not differentiable here, because if you separate it, there is no imaginary part. Then to make it differentiable, you have to have a Cauchy CR equation. Then del u del x, you know, it may get something, you may get some value, but del v del y is always 0. So again, D is not the answer. So that's why we will be considering A and B. So in A and B, fz is differentiable at z0, then f, g and h are also differentiable, and the reverse. So the reverse is always true, means if g and h are differentiable, then f is differentiable. Why? Because f can be differentiable when g and h are not differentiable. You can see, because if you are adding something, not differentiable means there is some problematic points are there. So if you add these two, then that problematic point can get cancelled and the summation can be differentiable, but individually they are not differentiable. Let's take g equal to, suppose, z square minus 1 by z minus z0. Is it differentiable at z0? No, because 1 by z0, if you put z0, it becomes infinite, it is not continuous at there. So h is equal to, again, z, suppose it is z plus 1 by z minus z0. Is it continuous or differentiable? No, because at z0 it is vanishing, it is infinite giving. Now if you take f, now adding of these two, summation of g plus h. Now if you add these two, this minus will be cancelled out, this cancel out. So the critical point, this is the critical value point, this get cancelled. Now it becomes easily differentiable. 2z plus 1, you can easily differentiate this one. There is no issue of z0. If you put z0, no problem will occur. So the problematic part can get cancelled out if you add these two. So if these two are differentiable, then summation will be obviously differentiable. But if summation is differentiable, as you can say, you cannot say the original was differentiable or not, because in summation something may get cancelled out. So if you add these two, some properties can be lost, because some critical points can be lost. Something minus something plus can be cancelled out. So the reverse you cannot say. So what can you say? If g is differentiable, h is differentiable, then f will also differentiable. But reverse you cannot say, because f differentiable, that doesn't mean g and h, because there are maybe some critical point which get cancelled out, for which f become differentiable. Now if you go back, that critical point again come, so they will not be differentiable. But they are individually differentiable, then sum will be obviously differentiable. Individual differentiable, no critical point here, no critical point here. So in sum also there will be no critical point. All the values of the multivalued complex function 1 to the power I. So again, something is in the head of something, that is, complex number is coming on the head of another thing. So what we will write? We will write I in Euler's form. So this one, the base is in Euler's form. So what is 1 in Euler form? Again, r is equal to 1. What is theta here? Theta is here 0. So how we will write? R means 1, e to the power I 0 to the power I, you can write. You are getting it? Instead of 1 I am writing e to the power I 0. 1 into e to the power I 0. Because radius is 1, r e to the power I theta format. Here radius, that is length, is 1 and your angle is 0. So r e to the power 0. So now if you take product of power, you can take product, e to the power 0, something will be 0, that is 1. So answer is 1. So it is purely what? It is not imaginary, so A is not be the answer. So B is the answer, real and non-negative, because you are getting 1. On the unit circle, no, it is not a circle, it is a particular fixed point, that is 1. Equal in real and imaginary axis, no, there is no imaginary value. So obviously option B is the correct option. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.